Hey everybody, this is Kuda Slayer again. It is currently Labor Day weekend here in the States. I haven't really done anything on my channel for a while, so to kind of you know bring some activity back to my channel, I decided to do a review and some gameplay of Blood Bowl 2. If you're not familiar with Blood Bowl, it quite literally is fantasy football with elves, humans, orcs, dwarves, all kinds of mythical creatures, and it's more of a, it plays kind of a little bit like chess, football / rugby. It's pretty straightforward, although it does have its complexities to it. At the moment, I'm kind of playing the game with the sound muted so that you can hear my lovely voice, and maybe whatever background music I might have playing. Kind of one reason is because my setup here is kind of screwed up for some reason, and I can't get it to work properly with the sound. So then there's some issue of copyright issues and whatnot. So anyway, you get to listen to me talk all this damn time, and we just kind of have to pantomime all the special effects and everything happening here. Anyway, like I said, Blood Bowl, for those who are not familiar with it, used to be a tabletop game put out by Games Workshop. Started way back in the early days, so like early 90s I think it was originally first released, and there's been about roughly something like maybe as many as 4 different versions of the PC game, that if I remember right. But for the most part, this game does replicate a lot of what the tabletop game does. It's a lot of self-deprecating humor. It kind of makes a lot of jokes about the fact that it is kind of a fantasy game, and there's a lot of little intricacies with it. But I find it to be a rather enjoyable game. I would recommend anyone else to play it, especially if you ever played the tabletop game yourself. But it's pretty straight, it's kind of straightforward. There's a little bit of complex nature to it. Yeah, let's start a game. Here are some of the teams I've played before. This is a team I set up just for demonstration purposes. It's several wins, not exactly rookie, but they still got a lot of ways to go. Let's see. You got my team here is, if you can't tell, is a chaos team. That means, if you're not familiar with the lore, basically these are kind of corrupted creatures, or humans or whatever, that have gone over to the dark side, as it were. And they're like, each of the teams in this game all have different abilities, different structures, different specializations. It's like, let's bring up our roster here. Currently I am at actually I'm about 9 players right now, which puts me at less than 11 acquired. But one of the nice features about the game is that you do get, if you're missing players for the minimum 11, the game will give you a couple freebies, characters, usually to whatever bottom line class you have in your team selection, and kind of fill out your ranks. But here Chaos has 3 different types of players. You have your Minotaur, then you have your Beastman, and then there's a Chaos Warrior. Basically all of them are designed for the physical game, while Chaos Warriors are more for the line of scrimmage, or your defensive or offensive line in your formation, while Beastmen are kind of basically simplified purpose-built to blitzers. They have the potential to become all kinds of other type of players. Just depends if what your luck is like and if they can pick up specialized skills. Or in this case, you have the Minotaur, which is the big guy option I can have for my team. They are, of course, as the title goes, big guys are your extra muscle. They are way over specialized for doing physical attacks and such, but they also come with a price that they at times can be unreliable. Like this Minotaur, he has wild animal, which means from time to time, certain actions, if you perform, he will not do them because his wilder instincts takes over. Another classic character like ogres have Bonehead, which kind of does the same thing, while what's the other one I'm trying to blank on? Trolls. Trolls are big, they can regenerate, but they also have what's called really stupid, which means they're more likely to be unreliable when they're trying to do certain actions. And treemen, they have another thing called take root, which means sometimes randomly they just put roots down and they can't move for that entire rest of that half or whatever. So anyway, each of these skills are use little icons here for skills. Allow the character to do something different, and then you have your stats here. You have movement, your strength, agility, and armor. 3 for strength or agility is pretty normal. It's about average for anybody. 8 armor is a little kind of start getting a higher range. Highest I think actually is 9 in most cases. 6 is your for movement. That's about roughly average too. And here you can see my Minotaur somehow managed to pick up an agility point, so his agility went from 2 to 3, and it's highlighted here as green to show that it's not standard. So you got to see what my guys look like. Let's take a look at the elves. These are wood elves. They are one of the 3 different flavors of elves you can play. They're kind of like some of the other teams. They have specialized positions, like you have war dancers, catcher, lineman. I thought they had a thrower and a catcher. Oh, there's a catcher. And each typical a position that you or player can get that's specialized. They have access to different skills, and they can level up differently than others. But they do come with some cost, like catchers. Now we have strength 2, which is below average strength, so they're a lot weaker, and they could be you can crowd in on them and knock them down, take the ball away from them a lot easier. While elves above other races, they have a higher agility. But wood elves in particular have a higher movement rate. Their movement is a lot higher than average, while their armor is a lot lower. And so it means they break a little easier, but it's kind of hard to catch them because they're so fast. But anyway, let's play the game. And as I said, I'm missing 2 players for my minimum of 11 players, so they can give me 2 freebies to fill up my ranks. And the other team decided to get a star player, which is a player that's been around a lot longer and more seasoned and skilled. So that brings a lot more to the match. But the only big problem is that you only can use them for that one game, and they don't level up. So if you get any points with them or anything, they're kind of lost to them. So anyway, this is an away game for me. You get to see all the little character they put in the background for the stadium and everything, and all the details put in each player. See all the fans screaming in the background. There's a lot of little detail they put there, like the advertisements and everything. It's, you know, I really kind of wish I had the broadcasters commentary playing, because it's a lot of times it's kind of hilarious to listen to them, you know, mock the game or say something witty or supposedly witty. Anyway, we're determining who goes first. Okay, I'm going to go to receive the ball. My players are already in one of my... let's see, do I want to change anything? I think that's probably the best I can do for this point. Okay, this is a random event. At the beginning of every kickoff, you have something that can randomly happen. And this says that any player that is not in a tackle zone can grab the ball before it lands. So where is it? It's going to land right over there. Let's put him in charge of catching that ball. And he fumbles. Way to go! That's what teamwork is all about. Okay. Now I move this guy over here to give an assist for when he throws the attack on him. And you gotta be kidding me. And this is not exactly the start I wanted, but the start I'm gonna get. Let's put you right there. Okay, these attack dice here are just like how it is on the tabletop game. This is a defender down. That's a push result. I'm going to do defender down. And I'm going to follow up on him. And hopefully when it hits the ground, he's me a whole lot of pain. And apparently he's not. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. And this result is a particularly important one. Means attacker and defender both go down. The only way to counter that is if you have the block skill, which is one of the reasons why it's one of the most important skills to have. And unfortunately, since I have a rather newbie team, very few of them start out, or actually they don't start out with block at all. So that kind of puts them at a great disadvantage, especially in the beginning. But once you get block, that really turns the tide of the game for you. And there's one thing I hate about elves is that it's like watching leaves dance around the wind. Oh, come on, really? Screw up, screw up, screw up, screw up. Damn you! Okay, now it's my turn. Unfortunately, I am in a bit of a pickle here. Get him to stand back up. And I'll move him forward. At least so he can be in the way. This is not particularly good because he can just run down and make a score, which is of course a bad thing. I'm gonna throw an attack on him. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Of course, I don't want my guy to go down, so I get a reroll, do a reroll. him over, pick up the damn ball. Okay, at least somebody did that right. Now this is okay, I'm gonna do my blitz action. I can't see. Yay! He's dead. He is no more. He's bereft of life. He's joined the choir of turtle. He's pining for the void. Oh, I can't do that. Let's see if we can smack that smile off his face. Well, let's say that did the job. Knocked him out. Means we won't see him until at least possibly the next kickoff. Now in this case, it's a special type of situation is that I can make an attack on him, but the attack dice that we rolled would be in his favor. He gets to choose what effect is going to happen. So that can be both either good or bad towards me. So I'm going to take the risk. And I failed. And that's kind of one of the mechanics about this game that I don't really hear too many people talk about. And is so much of this game is based on having to take risks. You gamble a lot of what you're going to do. And I don't mean gamble as in placing money down. I'm talking about gamble as in you're going to do a high risk play to get the goal that you want. If you really want to make that field goal, you're going to have to push your team further to get them, and risk the possibility that they can fail either an action roll or even get a very bad attack roll. Okay, so how do I do this? I'm going to bring him down. Bring some muscle down on these two blonde clowns. Now I'm going to blitz on him. Damn it. And all I get out of it is I'm going to push him away. I'm going to move up here so I can get the ball away from my field goal line to get it closer to theirs. And see, I already blitz, so that's not going to be an option for me. I'm going to move him in the back so he can get some cover. He's going to stand up. Now, when you play the physical game, a lot of times you have to wind up doing the best you can to be in the way of the other team. And basically, and as I usually like to say, when you are supposed to get in the way of the other team, either you can do it on your feet or you can do it on your back. And that usually means you get in their way to push them back, or if they knock you down, you hope be in a position that your body will be lying in the way so that they can't get around you, and that yourself are an obstacle. And it's kind of pretty much when you want to play the physical game, that's the whole goal of it. You want to do everything you can to either push the other team away or knock them down so that or keep them down so that they can't do what they need to do, or worst case, if you get knocked down, be sure that you're like either stunned or just simply knocked down, to the point where you prevent the other team from achieving their goal. Okay. Now let's walk my player up the field. Big guy meets little guy. Hopefully the little guy comes a lot more little guy. And we go night-night. Means we won't see them for at least 2 turns. Means we have a chance now to run over them. No, I don't want to pass the ball. Passing the ball usually is a bad thing. Let's see, either I can have him mess around with these guys, or can't get there all the way, so I'm gonna have to risk it. And I succeeded. Put him up there. Okay, unfortunately, because you concentrate your players in one area, you oftentimes will have less coverage elsewhere. So that means all these elves have an advantage over my 2 beastmen here. Okay, what can I do? Let's follow him up. Just give him some coverage. Alright, let's get back to the long, arduous chore of slipping that ball from my end of the field to the other. Am I keeping you stimulated, huh? Say hello. What's a YouTube video without a cat involved? Okay, that right there was a special action that he tried to leap over to get closer to where the ball's at. And a lot of times when I see leap being used, it's not always successful. You usually wind up breaking your spine more often than, getting closer to the ball or where you need to be. And we just failed dodging out of the way. Okay. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, my Minotaur has failed. It's just kind of interesting to see these elves dominating the game, because pretty much they've been doing a good job of holding this team back. A lot of it has to do because my team does not have all the necessary skills and everything to make them as effective as they should be. And that's just got another thing about the game is either you can start with an advantage and wind up having more advantage, or you can start out sometimes kind of fairly weak, but you gotta develop your potential over time. Come on now. Let's make some space here. Seriously. Gee, imagine an elf without dodge. Now, barely moving. Ooh. Lose a point of movement allowance. That's like, it's almost like having a lame horse. I've seen players get sold for less than that. Okay, now I have a bit of a problem. Now I have less of a problem, but still a problem nonetheless, as I just sent one of their team players off the field into the fans. And keep in mind, when it comes to Blood Bowl, the fans are crazier than the players. Okay. Okay, well, I'm in kind of a bad position here. And again, mainly because my team is still a bunch of rookies and don't really have all the skills I need. And also I had quite a few bad rolls, but hey. That's kind of one of the joys about Blood Bowl, is you start with what you get. Everybody gets cut with a knife of randomness. And also, you just have to take those risks. There's no playing it safe. You don't, there's no, what's the current term now? Pay to win kind of situations. You get what you get when you begin, and everyone suffers under the randomness of the dice rolls. Oh. Now I have this turn and second turn, and if I don't get this damn ball all the way down there, I'm not gonna be happy. So let's get this damn War Dancer. Now see, wild animal just came in, and he now is basically going to be doing nothing for this turn. Okay, on the plus side, the Minotaur did not take up my blitz action, so I can still do that and maybe clear some space up here. Okay, get you up there. And one of the important formations to know about using in your game when you play this game is called the cage, which basically is any kind of formation where you have your players surrounding your ball carrier. You know, it's not always pervious, but anything that will make it harder for the other team to get your ball carrier, so much the better. Okay, that looks like everybody has done an action. And let me prospect here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm probably going to have to stretch it next turn to be able to make that touchdown. It's nice to have my lap back. Okay. Now, as much as I like to be able to knock a character down, being able to push him out of the way is just as good. Okay, since I cannot risk it, I need to get him. Actually, let's put him right there. Alright, let's hope for the best. Make it, make it, make it, make it. Oh, you stupid son of a... Now let me put it this way. This has not been exactly the most optimal demo game I can think of. Originally I was going to use the recording of my team playing against a halfling team, but I didn't exactly think that really played out how the true gameplay that is involved in Blood Bowl. So right now we just finished the first half of the game, and it's 0-0, and We are both pretty much hungry or ravenous for getting a damn point down. And we're back on the field. Okay, I'm kicking the ball back to them, so... Oops, that's not what I wanted. Oh, come on. Let's put you there. And let's put Journeyman here in the back, because he's not going to be too much useful. Alright. Do or die, there's no do or try. Alright, where do I want to place the ball? Watch it be a touchback. And with that, it's a good possibility could be. That's kind of one of the annoying things about Wood Elves is their word dancers, or aka blitzers, are actually pretty effective. They're pretty fast, they'll hit pretty hard compared to other average skill or, you know, stat level characters. And they can get some pretty good agility skills as well. So if you ever play a Wood Elf team, you know, you almost practically have to get word answers at some point. Although one thing is, when you want some players like that, or even special other features after your team, expensive stuff like that is important to get very early in the game, because as the game progresses, they have what's referred to as spiraling costs, which means everything that you have becomes more and more expensive as the players become more skilled. They demand more money, and you just you know, you just wind up, you know, paying through your nose to keep your team as it is together. We sure send the Minotaur to spread the most happiness. Let's give some happiness to this guy. Okay, push him there. Come on, smear him. Oh yes, let's smear him. Let's shorten his life. And not short enough. You just go nap now. Okay, knock him on his ass. Fun. Okay, that's about the best I can do for right now. I mean, Wood Elves are kind of annoying in their agility level, in that I've seen them practically dance around other teams like they're just leaves in the wind. Unlike in that case. But it's not uncommon for them to start pulling some weird, annoying stuff like that out of the thin air. Alright. Okay, remember what I said about getting other people's way? Right there's a good example of what you need to do. Is, if you cannot stand in their way, make sure either your body or somebody else's body is going to be in the way to keep them from limiting their options of going anywhere. It's like right here, I'm pretty sure he's eyeing over here, this sideline, to squeak by my players. And as a proper chaos player, I'm not going to allow it. I'm going to take an exception. Let's see, I got no one down here. Everybody's up. Okay, I'm going to start swinging in my other side, or my other flank. Let's see. Either worry about this guy here or take out this war dancer. Well, let's see if that extra dodge. No. See? You take risks. This guy is this alignment. He may or may not contribute much. He's currently surrounded by 3 of my guys, but I got this one war dancer, which if you happen to watch this game, they can jump around back and forth and really cause problems. And I think this is part where they're gonna attempt to try to pass. Yeah. The computer's pretty much decided that the only way they can win is to get past my guys, at least to throw a ball. And did he break? No, he didn't break. Shoot. Okay, I'm gonna have to really think this out. Gonna have to knock that guy down, and then knock him down, and have someone run in and grab the ball. Don't really have too many options. No, of course not. Let's push you out of the way and push you over there. Well, who doesn't have block? Well, let's risk a reroll. Of course not. Follow. Oh, you feel like doing something today. Well. No, I can't do that because I gotta dodge out of that one. Okay, let's hope for the best. And that's kind of one of the annoying things about this game, is that you can get fairly emotionally involved in this. Because, I mean, it is definitely a game that will make you want to rage quit. Okay, I just interfered with his pass. He's going to try it again. And I interfered. So he failed his pass action. So now I get to try to move in. Of course. Okay, you don't have to dodge, so down on the ground you go. Eat your greens. Okay, you don't have dodge either, so down you go. Hey, we don't have to look at your face for a while. You go down 2. Okay, so come on, smear 'em. And of course you have dodge. Of course you do. Of course you do. You just have to maximize your level of annoyance. Let's see. Just do me sideways. That's part of the fun of having a spouse. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Damn you. I at least got 4 more turns, and the damn ball is on their side of the field. That's really about the only thing I got going for me right now. Because right about now, I'm about to rage quit. This is how frustrating this is getting. Alright. Smack him. Knock him down, steal his lunch money. Particularly grab the ball. And you just snap when you hit the ground. No, of course not. Sure, why not? And of course, this is kind of one of the interesting things about this game, that some of the limitations. Since I did a blitz and picked up the ball, I cannot pass the ball to any of these two other players. So, that's a nice little limitation. Otherwise, you have players, running across the field, knocking the other player down, grabbing the ball, and then doing all kinds of, ninjutsu kind of weird stuff. Oh boy. Trying to put these other players in better positions so I don't have to worry about them so much. And there are, again, when you look at the skills and the attributes you can pick up while leveling up in this game, each character can pick up like about, I think it's the total of their career, it's like 7 different ways to pick it up from the initial skills and abilities they have. So sometimes you can come up with some fairly powerful characters to have. It's like one of the really annoying ones is when you play Undead. The Undead team, they have ghouls, and ghouls start out with dodge, but if you can get, and pretty good agility, if you can get them block, sidestep, or so you block, dodge, sidestep, and fend, that pretty much means that's gonna be a character you can almost never lay a hand on throughout most of the game. Come on, break him! Yeah! You pro-cut him! Oh, no long-term effects. Well, we can't be all perfect. Okay, we got 3 more turns. There's not really much else I can do except for keep these other two characters here protecting the ball carrier. So I might as well declare my action over and hope I can make it through to the next. And of course, they're like roaches, elves. You just find them in you always find them in the places you least want to find them in. Come on, scrap again. Oh, damn. It's like watching a bunch of June bugs doped up on monster drink. Okay. There are elves in places where I do not want to see elves. Good. I'll put them there and I'll break them. Okay, you didn't even stun them. I'm very disappointed. Okay, let's follow up. Okay, break them. Lay them on the ground. Snap them. Come on. Can't get good help these days. Okay, you. Yeah. Put them right there. Now break them. Break them in half. Okay, well that's close enough. Excuse me. At least we're not to see this ugly mug for a little while. Okay, gonna have to make my touchdown now. Oh yeah, I try to get to see the cheerleaders. Look, kids, that's called the Uncanny Valley. At least it's just a lineman coming back. Well, yeah, although you still got 2 more blank word answers. Oh, and because maybe another thing I should mention is you can have any formations pretty much legal as long as you have no more than 2 people in either sidelines here, and you must always have at least 3 people up against the line of scrimmage. But otherwise, any other kind of formation is still legal. Yeah, I don't exactly have a full team. So, just need it right now. We just have 2 turns each side, and I just gotta make sure I can keep them busy long enough so that they don't successfully make a touchdown and either lead us into overtime. Ooh, here's another random effect that could happen at kickoff. Both teams lose a turn. And that is not exactly a position you want the ball to be in when you're that far behind. I've actually played several times where the other team's like 3 to 0, you know, my favor, and I managed to kick the ball right at the very edge of the field. You know, just watch them. Yeah, that's right. Knock it down. Knock it down. Did you break him? Well, you hurt him a little. You just hit your feelings. Just sleep it off right there. Now, I would be exaggerating to say that even this far behind and this only a few turns that it is possible that Elves can pull something, you know, out of their derrieres at the last minute, but even they are not that good, especially at this moment. Yeah, let's see. I really don't want to waste too much time on this, but I will try to get some revenge if I break a few players. Yeah, of course not. Come on, break him, break him, break him. No, that's not breaking. And of course you have dodge, so... Now there are ways to defeat the dodge skill, especially when it comes to attack dice. There's a skill called tackle, which would negate any dodge ability, and that's for a good blitzer. You probably will want at least block and tackle for sure. Mighty Blow would be a good skill for a blitzer, or even the kind of true bruiser type character. And I'll just run them out there to say I've had more players in their side of the field than they had in mine. Don't get any points for that, but it just makes you feel better. It's pretty much rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic, but it means a little something to me. But anyway, the game is over. I managed to scrounge up 1 point, which is kind of rather miserable because my average is usually about 2, or at least at most 3 or 4. Okay, and let's re-roll that. Ugh. Okay. Now I'll turn you down, close, and go to 170. I was kind of hoping to buy an upgrade for my stadium, and by the looks of it, that's gonna be a longer wait than I'd like to be. And oh joy, I get to play yet again against yet another Wood Elf team next time. Yeah, there's a tree man right there. There's one more dancer. Well, that should be a fun game later. Well, anyway, it wasn't exactly as exciting as I'd like it to have been, but it's a fairly decent demonstration of what the game is like, and you know how frustrating and challenging it can be. It's a good game. Is frustrating to the point that you probably will at least rage quit a couple of times when you first start out. But you know, it's just like the original tabletop game, with all its quirks and foibles, and you know, it's a fun game, especially if you get other people involved that you play against regularly. Not really gonna go into the other teams too much, but like I said, most of you know, at least half the teams are structured, while the other ones have more general characters that you can kind of mold into other roles later over time. And some players, like I've had some in my couple of Chaos Dwarf teams and some Chaos teams. I've actually had some Hobgoblins and Beastmen become pretty good throwers and catcher combos, or even just general, you know, rough and tumble linemen. Just really depends on the luck of the dice and whether you know you make the right choices or even get lucky. Because sometimes you can get the lucky rolls for leveling up. You can get things that may not be normally available to you. But you know, there's really, no one really has a true advantage in this game, except for the fact that we're all victims of the lousy dice rolls and how the strange unrandomness that is in the randomness of the game. But anyway, it's been almost not an hour 5, I should say, of recording time. I hope you had fun. I hope you may have learned a few things, or maybe at least seen enough that you have some questions. Feel free to leave comments. Then literally start out to make this a perfect video or anything. I just wanted to show what the typical game or average game can be like, or even worse, even worst case scenario. This is Kuda Slayer. I am going to be ending this recording in a few seconds, and I hope everyone has fun. And again, if you have any questions or anything, please leave a comment. Hopefully in the next few months or so, I will be a little bit more active here on the channel. So, have a good night.